any longer here. This is, of course, our top 4, and we get to see Charlie Kerr once again, who we got to see on the stream earlier today. But let's take a look at these achievements. Salt Lake City Regional top 16, Knoxville top 64, New Jersey top 8, Roanoke Regional top 32. So throughout the several last seasons, just performing exceptionally well here. Very well-known player, I think, in the community. Playing that Regigigas and Path to the Peak. Such a pivotal card in this deck that Charlie is rocking today.
All right, and he's going to be up against Noad
Peltier.
Noad Peltier, who has been top 32 at Knoxville, top 32 as well as Orlando, and top 64 at Roanoke Regional. So this is his highest standing to date. Can he take it all the way here? And of course, he's going to be playing Vikavolt V, and it's actually a turbo variant with Raikou V as well. I absolutely love this deck, so I cannot wait to feature it on stream.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this specific matchup will turn out to the Vikavolt versus the Reggie. So here we go. This is our Masters top 4. They're going to put out their prize cards here now. Let's see if there's anything too game-changing in these prize cards.
Okay, looking at it real quick, nothing too crazy there. You'd like to see the Melanie in your opening hand for sure. So one prize definitely lowers the chances there. And again, I've been racking my brain about this matchup. Again, Vikavolt known for its paralyzing bolt attack that just technically stops your opponent from using item cards. So if I think that's going to be the name of the game if we can set that up there.
Yep, this is huge. All right, here we go. We're getting into our Masters top 4. This is going to be Charlie Kerr versus Noad Peltier. We're starting over on Charlie's side of the field here. We've seen it before with Charlie, but we need to see some Reggie come out on this turn. We need to see as powerful of a turn 1 as we did in the last time we casted Charlie.
Exactly, because right now, Charlie Kerr, this is going to be might be actually his only opportunity to use item cards, because again, Noad Peltier playing Vikavolt is big possibility to get that turn 1 paralyzing bolt. So right now Charlie has to just use all the quick balls, all the ultra balls, every single item you've got, but unfortunately, it's just going to be 2 Reggies and a pass. They did get an energy attachment there. Regirock actually the perfect attacker in this matchup, just because it is a fighting type Pokemon and Vikavolt is weak to fighting. And here we go, Noad Peltier with the Battle VIP Pass. Again, I've been saying it the whole tournament long. If you open with the Battle VIP Pass, you're having a good time. We're going to see a game here. Opening up with the Celebrations Mew as well, with the Mysterious Tail ability, definitely a way. So this is sort of like Lost Box, except with it's sort of like Comfy, but with no drawback. You know, you're not sending anything to Lost Zone, you're just getting trainer cards. And what Noah's going to try to do here is get that turn 1 paralyzing bolt. If he can get access to that, that means Charlie Kerr is going to be playing from the back foot for sure. And yeah, again, with the Battle VIP, looks like he's going to grab a Radiant Greninja. Wouldn't be surprised, maybe a second Celebrations of You, just get a scoop up train going.
Yeah, this is going to be a super pivotal turn here for Noah. As I'm sure you've seen Vikavolt be played time and time again, the turn 1 has to be that energy in the discard pile, the Melanie to get that energy onto the Vikavolt and attach for turn and get that paralyzing bolt off as soon as possible. So Vikavolt out, Radiant Greninja, great way to get the energy into the discard pile for Noah. So things are lighting up quite well here right now. And we're going to have a quick ball as well to search out a Luminion V to grab a supporter. Hey, the Melanie is here.
Exactly. The one in the prize didn't matter if you can get a targeted search. So Luminion putting in so much effort here, and it's definitely worth the deck spot. And the question is, there's no water energy yet in the discard pile, but I'm sure Radiant Greninja can fix that quite shortly here. I just want
if there's one in hand.
I know. I want to peek.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards that I saw that seemed pretty useful, but oh, there we go. Radiant Greninja, concealed cards, easy peasy here for Noah. gliding through this deck. Water energy hits the discard.
Ooh, speed
and we're
lightning
going
as
to
well.
see, speed light, even better. Attached to an electric Pokemon here. We're going to draw an extra 2 cards. Melanie's going to attach that water energy onto the Vikavolt V on the bench here, plus 3 cards off the Melanie as well. So lots of draw here. We're going to Mysterious Tail, and all Noah needs now is a pivot, which I'm sure is probably in hand.
I didn't quite see any just yet.
Oh, that'd be so rough, actually. That'd be a whiff.
They've gone through quite a bit in their hand. Oh, there's a scoop up net.
Yeah,
okay,
we're
good. So Paralyzing Bolt incoming shortly. But again, it's only doing around 50 damage a turn. So you're 3-shotting these Reggies. There is a possibility actually the Regirock gets set up and gets a return knockout just by
so we could see, I was about to say, we could see the quick ball here for the Zapdos, which is going to boost that damage output, of course, with the ability. That's a great inclusion into the Vikavolt deck to just do a little more damage. You know, we see this as well, these support Pokemon, just like we saw in the Eternatus VMAX match, that Hisuian Sneasler helps out with boosting the poison damage. The Zapdos is doing a similar thing here, just for the electric Pokemon Vikavolt V here. So we are going to see a pivot from an air balloon, so no need to use that scoop up net, and we are on it here. Paralyzing Bolt. I don't know what it is about our matchups, Wancho, but our opponents here, our players, they like shutting things down. Abilities, and now it's item cards.
Exactly. I feel like item cards a little bit more crucial here. Again, you can probably work without abilities, but item cards, it's just so hard to set up without them. Again, that's majority of your deck there that you don't have access to.
I mean, you have to think the scoop up nets, can't play them. Ordinary Rod, can't play it.
The quick balls,
Ultra Ball, can't play it. Yeah, you're only going to be able to see supporters, really.
Importantly as well, Ordinary Rod can no longer be played under item lock. So if Noah can somehow take a knockout on like 2 Regirocks, for example, there's no way to get access to the Ancient Wisdom ability anymore.
That is very true, Wancho. So this is definitely, I hate to see it, but Charlie is kind of on an uphill battle again. I'm sure just thinking like, why do I have to be facing all of these lock decks here? But I believe in Charlie. I mean, they played throughout the Eternatus VMAX match so well. So Charlie, I think is going to have a game plan here, a strong one to hopefully navigate around this issue. But yeah, it's going to be kind of the same thing here, just manually attaching and still trying to get the Reggie down. At least the abilities aren't locked, but you got to still get there to be able to use your Ancient Wisdom.
Exactly. Right now, Regirock still has 70 HP, so technically an attack, a Paralyzing Bolt isn't a knockout, and he has an option to get a return KO. Like, one more Aurora Energy will be a knockout there on the Vikavolt. But if Noah can find their Galarian Zigzagoon, that 1 damage is everything. That's going to be a knockout here on the Regirock. And yeah, we just have to check. I'm not sure, was it in the prizes? Because he did have a quick ball earlier.
No, it is not in the prizes.
So definitely an option here. But let's see what Noah decides to do.
Yep, we did see a couple of cards played there. I believe it was a Marnie, and then we had an Energy Search as well, an old school artwork Energy Search from Noah. And now we're just continuing to go through the deck here, checking shoes. You get to look at the top card, keep it or discard it. Easy discard there with the Battle VIP pass. Goes for the second card, of course. Didn't see what it was. Wancho, maybe you caught a look?
Oh, I didn't quite
see.
I think it was an Energy, maybe. But
I feel like it was the path, maybe.
Oh, no, I think it was the cross switcher.
Okay.
Yes,
awesome.
yes. But right now, he also has access to the Forest Seal Stone. Absolutely big card here. But no, he's not going to use it just yet. Just going to go ahead and Paralyzing Bolt.
Yeah, maybe wants to use it in a more pivotal turn down the line there. So now we're back over to Charlie on this side of the field. Charlie slowly getting some Reggie out here. So chugging along here. Is that a Capture Energy?
Yes, Capture Energy does work under item lock. That's an energy that's searching for the Pokemon, not an item. And there's the Regigigas. And just like that, Ancient Wisdom is now active, but how many energies are in the discard pile?
Well, and that's the tough part, since you're not able to use things like your Ball Search, like the Ultra Ball, the Quick Ball to discard your energy. You also have a difficult time with that unless you get a high energy hand. I was about to say, unless you get a lot of energy in hand and then a Research, which is what we saw. And there's already 2 Aurora, and there's 1 on board. So honestly, all the Aurora that needed to be in play are in play for Charlie now, which is a really great spot to be in. And guess what? Regirock doing weakness damage here, taking a knockout on that Vikavolt V, which means Charlie is taking the first prize card so far in this match, going down 2 prize cards to 4.
Yes, Giga Impact doing 280 damage, more than enough to take the knockout there. Right now, Noah needs to find another Vikavolt, and with the Quick Ball, he has access to Forest Seal Stone as well. It should be an easy task. Yeah, there we go. We're going to find the Quick Ball. There's the Vikavolt, and
there's our little bug.
Does he have the supporter in hand?
I did not see the hand, and I believe Concealed Cards was just used, though, so it's a little bit of draw there. We still have Mysterious Tail for an item card as well, so a little bit more draw, but yeah, I didn't see if there was a supporter or not.
Speed Lightning will net him 2 more cards, though.
That's good. Oh, there's a Crobat, too, if it's able to be, if the hand can play down a little bit.
Yeah, but again, Forest Seal Stone should guarantee it here.
That's true, yeah.
This should guarantee the item lock, and then it's just a matter of can Charlie respond from there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to draw into it, but yeah.
Save the V-Star power for sure.
Exactly, but Forest Seal Stone, I mean, is slotted into this deck for that exact reason, giving that Lumineon V a V-Star power with that item card that's attached there, that Star Alchemy coming into play here to search out any one card in the deck for Noah.
There we go, and it's going to have to be that Melanie. Again, Melanie, absolutely powerful, a supporter, a way to get energy acceleration on your basic Pokemon.
And draw some cards.
Yeah, and draw some cards. Multiple uses for sure there, but everything he needs is in hand here. Yeah. I do see a Cape of Toughness, but again, that's not going to save him from 280 damage.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You want to take that Regirock out, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. Oh, no, it will be enough damage.
It will be enough right now.
Yeah, to take out the Regirock, it's going to go down. But, hey, that doesn't mean Charlie can't just bring another one out.
He uses a Quick Ball there. Yeah, to just do Headbutt Tantrum to take that knockout without having to attack just yet.
Yeah, this is such a solid play from Noah, and it's a play that we see time and time again with the Vikavolt deck. I've got to cast a lot of Vikavolt matches now, and that Goon Ping to take a knock during your turn is so powerful because then you can do things like this. Now we have the Regidrago up in the active position here, Cape of Toughness being thrown onto that Vikavolt, and we're doing damage here onto that Regidrago.
Yeah, that was big. So he was able to get a Goon Ping knockout and then a targeted attack, which is absolutely huge. Choosing to put the Regidrago in the active. Regidrago in the active.
Yeah, I know. We have to correct that now, yeah.
Yeah, choosing to put that in the active and with the Cape of Toughness.
So this isn't the Dragon's Horde one, which is
no, it's
pretty funny. Yeah,
it does 240 damage.
Yes.
I believe so. With the Cape of Toughness, will survive a hit no matter what, which is great.
Absolutely, and there's no draw utility there for Charlie because it's the different Regidrago there. But yeah, so fantastic turn from Noah there. Like I said, just kind of smooth sailing through this deck. Charlie's going to put down a path to the peak here. That's going to shut down that Radiant Greninja, of course, and anything like another Lumineon here. But honestly, Noah is pretty set up and has quite a stacked hand here. We're on Noah's side of the board. We're going to see a scoop up net for another Zigzagoon ping onto that Regidrago.
Yes, and just like that Regidrago only has 60 HP left, so this is just going to be a knockout here. And again, the more Regis you take out, especially under item lock, the harder it is for Charlie here to get an attack off. Chooses to bring up the Regice.
Watch out. The Regice.
Yes, the Regice there, and has a great attack, Blizzard Bind. If he can get that off some way, somehow, and technically force the Vikavolt to not be able to attack. If you can't attack, you're not item locking.
Absolutely. That is a great point to make there, Wancho. Regice carrying some weight here in this matchup. Of course, I do want to note Noah took another prize card there off of that Regidrago, tying things up here 4-4 prize cards. Now we're going into a Marnie here on Charlie's side of the field.
I see a lot of items there in Charlie's hand, unfortunately, but you can always use Regigate to find your friends. And
find your friends.
And there you go. We're going to find the Regidrago. And actually, this Regice should survive a couple of turns, so it's gonna be slow, but they're all gonna be there eventually.
Yep, absolutely. That Regice weak to Steel. because it's ice. So, all right, and we're back over onto Noah's side of the field here. Hisuian Heavy Ball to start this turn. Noah has just been absolutely flying through these turns. Let's see if there's a basic Pokemon here in the prize cards. I don't believe there is, though. At all for Noah. So just taking a quick look at the prize stars, still has that utility there off of the Hisuian Heavy Ball, shuffling them back up and placing them once again. Now it's a little bit different though. Battle VIP Pass is being put to the bottom, so maybe a little bit more accessible if a prize card's taken in the future, but hey, it's not too big of a deal.
Exactly. I love just playing the Hisuian Heavy Ball, taking out the stress of trying to know what's in my prizes. So now I know exactly what I'm working with. And if I were Noah here, again, Vikavolt doing a lot of work, right? But right now, is it feasible that Vikavolt just carries me the entire game? Again, you're only doing 60 damage per turn. It's gonna be a minute.
I mean, you can also attack with Radiant Greninja, so there's that down the line.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I was thinking of. Like,
there we go.
What should we set up after the Vikavolt?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the main Pokemon that we do see is that Vikavolt, but there's Radiant Greninja, Lumineon I've seen being used in matchups before as well, but right now we're going to see a judge for both of these players, so resetting the hand for both players here, going to draw into 4 cards each. Doesn't seem like too much that Noah can use, and it's just going to be a pass over back to Charlie.
Yep, and it looks like
it's just a Regigate again?
Yeah, he just went straight for the call and calling up a big brother Regirock, the more important one here. And just like that, technically, they're all there. So if Noah doesn't take a knockout here, if he doesn't get a scoop up net to take a knockout on the Regice, Regirock is going to get powered up.
Absolutely, yeah. Noah needs to make a pretty strong stance here for this turn for sure, because that Regigate has just been carrying the weight here, slowly bringing out the Regi Pokemon. I don't even think there was a manual attachment for energy that turn for Charlie, but I mean, there's plenty of energy in the discard. So very strong position here if Noah can't kind of mess this up here for Charlie, but it's just going to be a speed energy attached to that Vikavolt V. But hey, that does unlock another move that Vikavolt does have here that requires 3 energy and 2 lightning requirement there, but it's just going to be first that mysterious tail, so it's going to be a switch into this Mew. And yeah, just turn in the Mew here, going in for a mysterious tail, but first just taking a quick glance at Charlie's discard pile.
All right, he needs to draw the scoop up net here off the mysterious tail. Does he find it? There it is!
It was like hiding in there. What the? There is the scoop up net.
So we're going to be able to take the knockout here without having to break the item lock, which is exactly what Noah wants to do here. Super Zap Cannon, very tempting. Yes, in this position, I would have gone for the attack if I didn't have
to. If you whiffed it, yeah.
If I whiffed
for
it,
sure.
But luckily, that's not the future we're living in.
Yes, very lucky indeed. Ooh, that's a Sky Seal stone there.
That's going to the discard pile.
That's going to the I know, right? Going to the discard pile doesn't really serve any utility there, but gets it out of hand. So here we go. We're going to see the knockout here because of that extra goon ping needed from Noah. Another prize card taken, going down to 3 prize cards left, which means technically leading so far in this matchup. Let's see what the hand is for Charlie. Under item lock still. Let's remember that. So
he had the energy there to put on the Registeel. And again, a lot of these Regis do have the Regigate attack. Just a matter of, there it is. There's another Regice, and just like that.
This is off the Regigate?
Yes, off the Regigate. Okay. So just like that, we're in the exact same position as the last turn, but this time, there's no damage on the Registeel. So Noah has to be thinking, is it time?
Is it time? Is it time? Indeed. I am curious to see what Noah does in this position. Of course, still in a pretty great position here. I mean, Charlie does only need to take 2 prize cards left. Charlie's playing a 1-prize Pokemon deck versus Noah, who does have 2 prize card Pokemon liabilities on the bench currently and in the active position with that Vikavolt. So I'm curious to see what Noah decides to go with here. And I think it's just, it's just going to do the item lock here, paralyzing Bolt for that 60 damage, continuing the item lock. Charlie is going to use that Ancient Wisdom now that has been unlocked because all of the Regi have joined the party.
Yes, with their powers combined, there we go. We're going to get the attachment there on to the Registeel. There is an attack here, Heavy Slam. So I'm not opposed to the Paralyzing Bolt the previous turn, because it was pretty hard to get an attachment on the Registeel and then the Ancient Wisdom on the Regirock. That's what had to happen to get the knockout. Luckily, that wasn't the case. So right now, technically, Vikavolt still living here, but for how much
Surviving.
longer?
Surviving slowly but surely. Still in it here for Noah. We're back over onto Noah's side of the field here. Still lots of cards in hands, but I think just debating what Noah wants to play so far this turn.
He's going to need another scoop up net, and he does have it here, so he will take this knockout.
There's another scoop up net in hand still too. Just stacked hands here. That's going to bump the path to the peak stadium here so that Noah can use the concealed cards ability. Still another scoop up net, let's remember, for Noah. So, but yeah, now that stadium is out of the way, so Noah can get a little bit of extra draw support.
Yep. But again, I'm not quite sure what you need to do here. Maybe power up the Zapdos. It does have an electric ball attack.
That's
110 damage. You're not hitting any Reggie, unfortunately. If it was maybe 1 damage more. Oh, wait, does it power itself up? Except any Zapdos. So I was thinking about the lightning symbol on the Pokemon Go Zapdos.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes, unfortunately, it doesn't power itself up. It does cap out at 110 there, because there is the speed lightning on it. Because again,
it doesn't really make sense, but yeah.
Exactly. Again, there's only Vikavolt right now doing all the work. We need to find a backup just in case, especially since there's damage. But right now, he's going to be able to take this knockout, and then it's the same question again. Can Charlie find the Registeel this time?
Ooh, it's going to be a scoop up net on that Radiant Greninja to reutilize it and draw into 2 more cards. That deck is looking quite thin there on Noah's side. Oh my gosh, and that is the card I guess Noah was looking for there, that Boss's Orders.
Very interesting play here. Opts to Boss's Orders, the Regirock.
Rock.
Yes, Regirock. I think this is a great play here. I have to check how many energies are in the discard pile, because technically, if the energy is on a Registeel, you can't accelerate them. They're stuck.
Yes, that's very, very true. Regirock now in the active here. Not sure how many energy are in the discard pile for Charlie, but I guess we'll probably see what's going on here in just a second, because now we're still under that Paralyzing Bolt item lock here for Charlie. Still can play that stadium, that path to the peak that is available, and of course supporters as well. So we're just going to see a Marnie for both players here. Noah had a pretty large hand there, of course playing it down to the best of their ability as well, but it's just going to be 4 cards now here on Noah's side of the field.
Right.
Charlie's going to get 5.
I do see an energy in Charlie's hand there, but again, not an Aurora energy, and again, a bunch of items. I want to see what's in the discard pile here. What does he have to work with?
Yeah, so another...
Okay, so he has 3 energies from the discard pile, so he can easily attach a hard retreat, and he's attacking once again with the Registeel, which is doing quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, so the other thing too is Charlie only plays 2 Regirock, so if that Regirock would have gone down there and the Paralyzing Bolt still stayed, Charlie wouldn't be able to get those Regirock out of the discard pile, and we would be slacking on the Ancient Wisdom there. So, yeah, that's protecting that Regirock is what Charlie's opted to do, of course. And, yeah, just hard retreating there back into that Registeel. Now we're back to Noah's side of the field after even more damage here. Now it's kind of like a ticking time clock here. Still 3 prize cards left to be taken on Noah's side.
Exactly. We're going to see an escape rope being played now. I'm curious, is now the time? Is now the time you break the item lock? Can you super zap cannon? There's, importantly here, the Registeel and the Regirock are heavily damaged, so technically the Zapdos can take a knockout on either of those Pokemon, technically a 1 prize attacker, and that could potentially force Charlie into an odd prize and give Noah his opportunity to maybe power up Raikou V, and finish up the game that way. Again, there's multiple lines here, and it all depends on, is it time to break the lock?
All right, so we did see the escape rope into that mysterious tail Mew for another item card there, and then into Cross Switcher. So that Regirock is going to be brought back up with the Cross Switchers from Noah, and we're just going to see more damage being placed here now. And we're back over to Charlie's side of the field.
Yes, and again, that Vikavolt very, very heavily damaged now, has 140 damage on it. And something of note, that's his last one. Again, he only plays 2 of them. I don't think there's a way to get them back. So he's, again, next question is, what do you go with next? We have to assume here Charlie should be able, again, just attach the energies off with the Ancient Wisdom ability and just swing once again with the Regi Seal. But it looks like he's going to the Regi Eleki instead. And just going to go ahead and use Static Shock that does 20 damage. And I'm just thinking here, trying to do the math. Heavy Slam does 50 damage for each. Less for each. It is pretty heavy.
It is pretty heavy.
I'm trying to think.
Doing math in your head?
That should have been a knockout, I think. Unless there's a Cape of Toughness on
There is a Cape of Toughness.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
that changes everything.
That's what it is. Plus 50 on a basic Pokemon. That is huge here. For Noah, so that is exactly what it is, Wancho.
Yeah,
we are going to see that. Let me see here. What's happening? I was thinking that V-Star, but we already played this.
And
is this just Noah scooping it up?
Very interesting. That game.
Or is, yeah, how did this just end, Wancho? I was like, what?
I was looking at it. I felt like.
Well, Noah's shaking their head right now, so there must have been something we're not seeing here, Wancho.
Looks like Aiden did win game 1 there. Oh, no.
Wait, no. Yeah, Aiden is not our player. There we go. Charlie is taking this game 1. So, yeah, Noah just scooped it up there in that game.
Very interesting. Again, I came down to there was no other attacker besides the Vikavolt. I believe.
I guess potentially that. But you did say Aiden won game 1. I think they are talking about the other side of the bracket there. So just a quick update for you all. Aiden Koos is going to be winning that game 1. So I'm sure they're heading into a game 2 shortly for us. But yeah, okay. Charlie Kerr taking that game 1. 49 minutes left on the clock. So there's plenty of time here for our players.
For sure. I mean, these are very, very slow games. I can understand maybe the intentional scoop there because, again, 49 minutes. Yes, it is top 4. That means you have 75 minutes to work with, but you saw how slow this game could get.
Yeah.
Again, Vikavolt doesn't do that much damage, and you're only taking 1 prize at a time. Maybe he's hoping to get in a better position with the item lock for sure. We got to see Charlie really set up only using attacks, which isn't how you necessarily want to set up, but you know, it's something you can do.
You're definitely correct, Wancho, about the deck list. I've been kind of reading through it, and yeah, there is no like ordinary rod or things like that to retrieve Vikavolt out. We do have a little bit of a pause here. The judges just discussing some stuff from the match, but yeah, I'm just taking a quick look at these decks. Is there anything that you see, Wancho, that kind of sticks out as maybe out of the ordinary for either of these players' decks?
I think both decks look pretty standard. Again, I've been playing a lot of the Vikavolt Raikou deck, honestly, online ever since EUIC. No, not EUIC. OCIC. That's where I got to see the deck. Yes, and it's been honestly a very, very powerful deck. It really has that capability to just get a turn 1 attack going second, which is really big. That's why you see 2 Raikou Vs and 2 Vikavolts. Yes, 2 Raikou Vs, 2 Vikavolts, because you have that option. Sometimes you want to item lock, you want to slow down the game, but sometimes you do want to do big damage. You know, you can do big damage with the Raikou V, and you do play Sky Seal Stone as well. Sometimes you take extra prizes that way. It's a very interesting deck for sure, but again, Regi is just Regi. We've seen this we've seen this deck played multiple times in many, many different tournaments at this point. And yeah, nothing out of the ordinary besides the multiple choice spells, I guess, on the Regi player's deck, which won't matter if you can't play it. Because right now they're still items.
That is very, very true. Absolutely. Yeah, just taking a look at Noah's deck list, I agree with you. I think it's pretty standard here. You were talking about OCIC. I did get to cast the seniors finals at OCIC, where that Vikavolt was played and showcased so well on stream, and that is actually the event that like made me want to play that deck too. I was like, wow, I think people are really underestimating the power that Vikavolt has, and it doesn't, on paper, it doesn't look like it would be very consistent all of the time.
Doing 50 damage doesn't feel too good, but item lock is just so powerful. Again, OCIC, it was Polaris who won it all with Vikavolt. I was so proud of him. Someone I've actually played with him in Seattle, and he's amazing player.
Very, very cool kid indeed. And it was a tough matchup too, and still pulled it out with that Vikavolt. Yeah, definitely put it on the map for sure. But I mean, we see so often that it gets the Melanie, like almost every time. It goes second, it gets everything it needed. It has just what's needed with that Mew and the Radiant Greninja to get the cards needed in that first initial turn, which is the most important turn for that deck, and it's able to just pull it off. Exactly.
I think we're sleeping on the power of Celebrations Mew. We've seen the power of just the scoop up net engines. I like to call them that. You know how Comfey, you're only looking at 2 cards. And somehow Lost Box is able to just set up their Lost Zones, they're able to set up their hands. Mew's exactly like that, but yes, you're only looking for trainers, but there's no downside. And you can just, if you don't have it, you're looking at your hand, don't have it quite yet, let's go into a Mew. You use Mysterious Sail. You didn't get it, but I'll get a scoop up net. I'll try again.
I will try again. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, over on Charlie's side of the field, Reggie has been a deck that we've seen time and time again.
Yes.
What do you think entices people to choose Reggie as the deck to play, Wancho?
I always think it's people that like to build puzzles. Is finding every piece, right? It feels absolutely amazing. You put every Reggie on the board, and it's so colorful, and you go, that in itself sometimes feels like an accomplishment, right?
I like colorful puzzles. I'm playing Reggie. Yeah,
but also the fact that you have multiple options, right? You have Blizzard Vine, you have a way to attack the bench, you have multiple types to work with. It's a great deck. It really, really is. Its only downside sometimes it's its own worst enemy.
No, absolutely. Lately, we've had some pretty good luck with our Reggie players on stream. As we saw Charlie in our last game that we saw Charlie on, got an incredibly explosive turn 1, but that definitely does not always happen. Sometimes it's much more slow paced. But even then, if you don't get too far behind, there's actually a lot of comeback potential with Reggie. You're a 1-prize Pokemon deck. You have the needed tech cards. As soon as you get your board state established, and like I said, you're not too far behind, you can still just capitalize on those multi-prize Pokemon and get some wins off of it.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. Again, you're just playing, you said it right, just 1-prize Pokemon. You have time to set up your board, to find your puzzle pieces, and you have time. You also have to set up your discard pile, right? You have to find those Aurora energies. But once everything's there, it runs very smooth. It's energy. You have infinite energy as long as you have the right Pokemon, and you're doing big damage. Again, we got to see over like 330 damage to Eternatus VMAX.
So wild.
Not enough. But it was
it was almost enough, though. It was almost enough. It does have the power, to bring down Duraludon VMAX. A lot of times, and that is a big, bulky Pokemon for sure. Yes. So, yeah, there's so much potential there, capitalizing on weakness as well. I guess on paper, how do you look at this specific matchup between these players? I feel like I haven't really seen this much.
I've been racking my brain here. Again, it's something I didn't think of too much, but again, it just comes down to setup, right? Vikavolt, you're gonna be under item lock. You just have to accept that.
Yes.
And that's like majority of your deck. That means the player has to start thinking of these lines without those items, which is exactly what Charlie did. In that case, that you're relying on the Regigates to get set up. You're making sure the key Regis that you have don't get damaged too much, right? That's why we've seen him attack with something like the Registeel instead. Right, Registeel probably not the most important Pokemon in that matchup, but that's why it wasn't the active. Unfortunately, it can get stuck, especially since you can't have access to something like your scoop-up nets. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, in my mind, it's just a matter of, yeah, it should be 50-50. It's a matter of setup. But if the Reggie player can set up, it's 100% the Reggie's game. Regirock is just a force to deal with.
Yes.
You know, you're hitting for
Regirock. Which one is the one that says the Ununoon?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think it's the Regigigas. It's like
I think it is Regigigas. You have to check. Let us know, actually, on Twitter. You know, that's a very popular meme, for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's that one, but I don't know. They all make very strange sounds, the Reggie, for sure. So, yeah, it just looks like we do have discussion happening between the judges. They did come back to the table, so maybe we'll reach a conclusion soon on what's going on. But, yeah, this does happen. Of course, this is our top 4, so everything is on the line here to get into finals, and I'm sure both of these players are fighting hard for that position to be a finalist at our Charlotte Regional Championship. So
again, yeah, exactly. A lot on the line. We want to make sure that this game is played correctly, and you know. But yeah, they're so close. They're so close to becoming a regional champion. They can almost taste it. We just have to get through just a couple more games.
What is your highest like rank? Like, what is your highest place that you've ever taken, Wancho, at a regional?
On a regional, I've gotten 40th in the in recent. Yeah, because I haven't been able. Oh no. I was able to win a regional in the Philippines.
Oh,
again, I play in a different circuit.
Epic.
Yeah, but
congrats. That's huge.
Yeah,
where were you playing?
At the time?
Yes.
Oh, that was such a long time.
I was going to say, is this like 10 years ago, Wancho? No.
May have been.
No way, are you serious?
No, Greninja Break. I believe it was Greninja Break.
That wasn't too long ago. I mean, it was a hop and a skip away. But.
It's been a minute. It's older. Like, my trophies are older than my son. So.
Oh, got it. All right.
But yeah, but again, it's a different beast, though. You know, here in the U.S., I've been able to play in a regional. Baltimore, I got 40th with Mew. And that's my highest standing in a really, really big region.
Yeah, and you know, and it's so tough to get to even that point in one of these tournaments. So think about sitting here on stream in top 4. It really is everything on the line for these players.
In fact, just making it to top 2, day 2, that's an accomplishment on itself. Again, only like a couple of hundred, like 100-something players make day 2.
Yeah.
Out of 1,000.
Yeah, I think we had 125 in our day 2 today, something around that ballpark,
Yeah, that gets you points, and that's something to be extremely proud of. And you can only imagine, here, top 4. These are top 4 players out of 1,000.
Yeah, yes, that is, I think it was, over 1,000 players in this regional, and to make it all the way to top 4 is absolutely huge.
All right, I have to ask, though, Vu, how about you? Are you excited to be competing next week?
In Pokemon Go, I'm gonna be tapping away.
Going to the dark side.
Yeah, Pokemon going to the dark side, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very excited. I feel like I'm gonna get rolled. It's a bit different on the Pokemon Go side. Once you lose 2 matches, you're just out. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be playing 2 games and then having a nice time at the side event. So I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's also worth it. You know, it's so much fun here in regionals. There's so much stuff to do. I was literally just shopping earlier during my breaks. When I could find them.
I was too.
I have like this ongoing deal to buy 50 pins.
50 pins?
50 pins.
Like at one time or just in general?
In one time. We're working it out. We're working. I'll let you know if it goes through.
Oh my gosh. They definitely have 50 pins over there at the vendors.
Again, there's a lot of stuff there. There's multiple stuffed toys. There's a bunch of retro packs that I'm so tempted to buy. There was a Boundaries Cross pack I really wanted to buy and just open up just to feel young again.
Honestly, I was really sad because I walked out there and I was like, all right, I get to check out the plushies, maybe pick one up. I try to like surprise, surprise, I like plushies. But yeah, I try to pick up at least one per regional, and I walked out there, I was like, none of these vendors have plushies? And one of the employees was like, no, they sold every single plushie. Every single plushie at this regional event is gone. They bought them all.
You should just take the side duck from the.
I know, right? Just take it out of our lounge. No. Oh, that is awesome. All right. So, yeah, it looks like we are still kind of having some discussion here. Things like this do end up happening here. I think they're showing a replay here to one of our players just to get everything sorted out. Of course, you know, when you do have a situation like this, errors do come up in games. And if you disagree with that or what a judge rules, you can also just appeal to a higher judge just to make sure everything checks out. There's checks and balances within our tournaments. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Exactly. I've been a huge advocate of actually just speaking up. You know, it's never wrong to, you know, if you're not sure about what the current situation is, it's never wrong to just call a judge, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree.
Make sure, you know, it feels a lot better to get it resolved right now with the through proper channels and just realizing, wait, should that have happened like when you get home, you know?
Yeah, I know. One of my first like regional experiences was I scooped up a game because I thought I had lost it, but then it turned out like right after I had scooped it up, I realized like my opponent didn't have the appropriate energy attached to like knock out my Pokemon, but I'd already scooped it up. So it's things like that. It's just making sure you check over the board state, make sure you're tracking everything that's happening within the game, because there's just tiny errors that can happen throughout our games that really change the pace of everything. And I mean, the stream is definitely not shy to some of our judge calls, just like right now.
Exactly. I think the stream just has that eagle eye and sees everything. You know that, and you know, I'm no stranger to mistakes myself. I've been known to accidentally draw a card off a Marnie.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I'm not the one playing it. Why did I draw the 5th card?
So what is happening here that I believe the judge is showing at Noah right now, it seems that there was a double draw, like an additional draw that shouldn't have happened, essentially. So I believe throughout the game, Noah did end up conceding anyway, but then there was still that mistake that has happened. So I think they're trying to resolve that right now. What the warning or penalty or whatever happens throughout this as to what happens here. But I think what it was going to be is a double prize card loss for Noah going into the next round. So I think what actually might be happening here is our players are just done playing. Potentially, headsets are off. So I think Noah is just saying, hey, I don't think I can win this with that much of a setback there, being down. Well, so what would happen is Charlie would have to take 2 less prize cards, which is a very difficult spot to be in. And because Noah did scoop up that game 1, unfortunately, if there's just no coming back in a game 2, Charlie would be our winner there. So I believe that's what just happened.
I think so.
Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure that's what just happened.
Again, a lot of pressure when you're playing up there on stream. I believe this was Noah's first time playing on stream as well.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very big. I mean, we've got to experience that, right?
I know. I was playing pre-release, and I was so scared up there. And you have like the white noise in your headphones.
And
it sounds like you're in a tropical rainforest.
Exactly.
And
there's a lot of pressure. That was just our pre-release kits.
I know, right?
Imagine
Casual.
top 4.
No, absolutely not. When there's so much on the line there, I cannot imagine that, Wancho. Well, a little bit of an interesting end here for us, Wancho.
I know.
This was our last match that we were able to cast together. I just want to say personally, it's been fantastic casting with you. I've had an absolute blast. It's been just a great weekend, and I'm so happy that you're joining us on the team.
No, the pleasure was mine. I learned so much. You guys have no idea how many tips and tricks the amazing Shelby Boo has taught me. I'm coming out of this, I think, a better caster for sure, and I cannot wait to do more events with everyone.
Yeah, we just got to get your pronunciations correct, right, Wancho?
Arceus, yes.
Arceus, yeah. Vikavolt, yeah.
Illumisa.
Oh,
okay,
no, I don't
want
want that one. Yeah, I don't even want to say that one. Well, thank